Hello everyone, thanks a lot for coming back to this channel. So today actually is quite interesting that I want to share with you. It has been quite a journey for my son to evolve from solving the simplest Sudoku you can ever find, which is a 3 by 3, and he actually accidentally did that roughly 3 years ago, before he was even 4. So then I'll show you a pretty lengthy video with some speeding and cut, that how he is able to do the hard Sudoku right now at this time. So that's quite a journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you have any fun, please hit the thumb up and hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot. So this is a video back almost 3 years ago, and that's my son actually before he turned to 4, and this was one of the iPad game that he was playing. So we were actually quite intrigued by the fact that he was able to solve this all by himself after we explained in the rule. And you can see that he was so young and so cute that he was just sitting on top of the table. And that's pretty cute. Still watching that today. So fast forward to today, you guys see that he's much bigger, and he doesn't sit on top of the table anymore. And you can see that there are 3 levels he experienced, starting from flash, and then easy, and the medium. Now he's going to show that the hard is actually can be solved by him. Okay, here you can see that he's picking hard as a level. Now let's get started. See how he's doing.
你看看你能不能做出来哦。
So here you can see that he actually started from 8. So I'm not a big fan of that, because he would sometimes forget where he finished, which number he finished, and which number he didn't cover. But hey, it's his choice. So you can see that he started with 7, so it's quite kind of random, but it's good that he's actually gonna be able to find one of the 7, and then the next 7. So actually there's a 5 here in the middle of the box, big box, and he was not able to find it, so he went with the number 2. So now he's working at number 2, and I like the fact that sometimes he takes the notes with the pencil, but not always, and he would only take notes for partial of the time. And if he found this number 6 and number 2, which I found out quite often he could be pretty fast in terms of this finding some of the numbers. You see, he's pretty random on choosing which number he's working on. 5, 8, 7, 3, 2, 5. Now number 8. So he did number 8 again before. See, so he's doing the pencil. But there would be some number he would always kind of forget to work on, and that could potentially be a problem sometimes. Now you see that he goes back to that number 5 and was able to identify the 5 in the middle, and he also was able to pencil that the 5 at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward how he plays, because most of that is pretty regular, finding different numbers and some penciling. until there's some more interesting I can comment on. So now he actually will be able to find out to pencil down 2 of the 8 at the bottom left, and then he was able to find out this 8, identify this 8, which is something he just learned very recently, because just by identifying the 8s at the bottom left, he knows the very left column cannot have 8, and then he's able to solve this 5. So I think that actually really helps him a lot in terms of this from the medium to hard. So he actually has been having a little bit difficulty here in the next about 3 minutes. So he seems to hit a plateau that he was not able to fill in any of the new boxes until 3 minutes later. So I'm gonna do a 8x speed up, so you guys won't get bored. So fast time forward 3 minutes, he was able to finally get number 5, and that helps to solve the other 2, actually 3 pieces of the 5 and 8. I actually also personally found that in this hard level, there would sometimes hit a plateau, and that actually really increases the chance of finishing it over 10 minutes. So it's actually pretty challenging to, actually for me. I don't know how about you guys, but finishing under 10 minutes for the hard is not really easy. So I'm gonna 2x speed here, because he seems to like to hit a plateau here in about 40-50 seconds, and then at that time you will see that I'm actually trying to help him a little bit with a couple tricks I taught him before, and with very tiny hint.
我之前教过你的一个东西哦，就是比如说这里面，这该怎么做啊？你看一下，这不是我教过你那个东西？
So you can see that I'm just tell him to pay attention to the middle left box, and then he was able to quickly identify, oh, because 1 and 6 is already, no, optionally has to put into those 2 boxes, so that only left number 3 as the option, and therefore he kind of actually penciled 2, 3 there, and you can see that I reminded him, and then he quickly. So here I believe he hit another plateau, and in roughly about 4 minutes he was not able to really put it down any new numbers except to just pencil them down. And I think one of these is you will see that there is just one tiny trick he forgot to apply. Now actually mention that a little bit later. So this is 8x of the speed up.
这有的 你再看一下2。上次教过你的，你有的时候到这里就是稍微难一点点，但是能找得到2。
所以就是说。
So about here, I actually remind him of the number 2, because here usually when you hit the plateau, maybe you're just missing one number. If you find the one number, you probably can solve everything in the whole piece of puzzle. So you just gotta be really careful and look over from 1 to 9. And that's why I said it at the beginning. Sometimes if you just randomly choose number, you may not hit that the number you will be able to solve, and that would be a problem here. So after solving that the number 2, he basically just be able to solve everything by himself, except I reminded him to go from 1 to 9.
按顺序来一遍吧，好吗？1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8，别，要不然有的数字你就一直没弄过。
So you can see that I just told him that if you can just go through 1 to 9, just in case he misses any of the number, and then once he does that, he's able to just get everything. So that's it. Overall, I think he did a pretty good job. I did remind him a couple of things, but he was able to do this mostly by himself. And I actually still remember just about 5 months ago, he was not able to do even the flash on this Sudoku app, which is 3 levels down. So there's flash, there's easy, there's hard. So there are 2 levels down. So I think he did actually make a pretty good progress, because hard is actually not that easy. You need to have to think of need to have some tricks to play with, because for the flash and the easy, basically you can just go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 1 to 9, and just go over and over again. You'll be able to fill out everything. But for the hard, then you actually have to really looking for the numbers that are not actually you 100% certain that you fill in. So that's where it actually becomes a little bit tricky. So at his age, although no, there are probably a lot of genius out there on YouTube, maybe be able to solve this at 3 or 4 years old, but I'm pretty happy that he's able to do this at 6. So well, with that said, thanks a lot for watching. If you guys, I would really appreciate you guys would subscribe and hit the thumbs up, so that really motivate me to post more videos on how we can better educate our kids, especially in the science and engineering. And that's where I'm really hoping to contribute to the whole community. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, and see you in the next video.